Yo, what's good, guys? What's good? We're back. It's me and Jabu Abantwana. Guys, I don't know why they call him that, but yeah, I'm just calling him also.
They call me that because I love kids. Abantwana, I love kids.
Okay.
So that's why they call me
now
Jabu
it
Abantwana.
makes sense.
Not the other Abantwanas that you're thinking about. So, yeah.
Otherwise, guys, it's nice to have you guys back again. So we're here, guys. We're going to have a young discussion. We're kind of just going to maybe center around psychology and basically we're going to speak about the figures that kind of shaped the way that we think now, our thought processes. What have we learned from the people that inspire us, be it whoever's inspired us? Like, what are those things that we've taken from them that have kind of helped us on our journey? I don't know if you want to start, Masai.
I think when it comes to people who inspire us, for me, the person that comes to my mind when you're talking about that is Mark Douglas. I think
I know Mark Douglas is his dad.
Yeah, but for me, it's not like it's a person who inspired me. Like, a person who inspires you is a person who has nice things and you look up to being like them or them. But for me, he had a positive influence in the way I trade, in the way I think about when I'm trading, when I'm in a position, or how I can have a process while I'm trading, you understand? So for me, listening to his content, reading his content, watching his content had a positive impact in my trading, in so as to how I think. You understand? The processes behind me, why do traders do what they do, and that's why for me, Mark Douglas is the God for me.
His dad, I told you, it's his dad. Yeah, and I think I also second that, guys, that I think with regards to Mark Douglas, yes, maybe we're being specific to him, but I feel like anyone that would fall under his umbrella, it's like there are certain things that only you learn through experience. And these guys have been trading for such a long time that they've got a lot of experiential knowledge. Like, that toolbox of theirs is full. And so, like, sometimes it just takes awareness. Like, you don't know to deal with FOMO if you had no idea that FOMO even exists. And I think what those guys have helped me with is that they've brought certain things to my attention. Like, now I know that, okay, there is such and such an emotion that causes me to make such and such of a decision. And so now that I'm aware of the fact that I have that emotion, or that needs to be paid attention to, now I can actually pay attention to it. So I think for me, what they've done more than anything else is by sharing their own experiential knowledge, they've made me aware of things that I kind of need to take into account as I'm going through.
I think also talking about experiential knowledge and experience, for me, it's like, back then, before I had knowledge about psychology and how to react to emotions, it was like you'd experience certain emotions, right? Because maybe you are in a losing streak or you blew an account. After experiencing those emotions, what do I do next?
Yeah.
Right? What do I do with those emotions when they come again? But after going through the content, I realized that every emotions that I go through, it's something that is happening now. It can never affect me tomorrow. So the best thing that I can do at the moment is to experience whatever that I'm going through, so that tomorrow when I go through the same thing, my reaction will be different because I have experienced it before. Now the problem starts when a person that is not paying attention to their psychology, and they start being in this doom cycle or doom of cycle, whatever cycle that is there, where you blow an account, you go through the emotions, you deposit, you blow. Not being aware that actually, when I blow an account, I go through the same emotions of wanting to revenge trade, wanting to donate more. Usually when you blow accounts, you are now donating. You are no longer trading, wanting to donate more. How about sometimes you just sit back and say, okay, can I experience what I'm going through right now, so that when that moment comes again, even though it's not going to be exactly the same, how can I react? So in terms of reaction, that's how I've learned from him, and that's how, even with myself personally, I've learned how to react on things, because I've realized my life is the same. I do this, I do that. So usually the emotions that I go through are more or less the same. So why can't I just change the way I react? Even though the emotions are the same, change the way I react in accordance to the situation that I'm in at that moment. So that's how things are for me. It's all about reaction, experience, and changing the experience for me as I react to the different circumstances that I'm going through. But apart from that, yeah, it is what it is. When we buy and sell, that's it.
I came across such a nice quote somewhere on the internet. I don't remember where, but this quote just said that the market never repeats itself. it's man that always repeats himself. And I think that that's kind of, it brings back to what Jabu was saying, that the emotions that we experience, they're more or less the same. Maybe the circumstances or the reason why we would feel those emotions might differ, but fear will always be fear. There might be different degrees of that fear, and those different degrees are only your own mind adding a degree, but the feeling of fear is the same. And now, obviously, like what Jabu was saying, is that now bringing that awareness to now that feeling, and now coming like that awareness then obviously allows me to then respond differently. Now, there's no automatic response that when I'm scared, I just close that position, and I only realize after I've closed that position that, oh, I just messed up. What I just did now was not something that I should have done, and I reacted out of me feeling this particular way. Now, what that awareness does is that now it allows me to be slightly more in control of my reactions now. Now, I'm no longer reacting to the fear. I still feel it. Yes, definitely, I still feel it. I can't push that aside. But now I respond. I no longer react. It's no longer an automatic thing now, because now I have awareness. I understand that, oh, this is how my body is currently feeling. And so if I've got that awareness, I know what results this type of a feeling normally causes me to do. So then now, just by the awareness, simply just the awareness, which is why I said, like, the most important thing that all of these people have done is just making me aware of things. That awareness then helps me. Obviously, I believe I'm an engineer of some sort. Like, my trading process is me trial and erroring, seeing if this thing will work. Obviously, I'm going to take a risk on finding out whether it will work. I'll try and do things differently. And for me to kind of do the job of an engineer and perform my task the most efficient way, and obviously the way that brings maybe the best results, requires me to have this level of awareness so that I can continuously improve on what I'm doing. And basically, without that level of awareness, I appreciate those guys. That's basically all I can say, is that just from all the people, like, if you're following someone, more or less follow someone for what they can do to your mind, what they can do to kind of help you grow as an individual, and not so much like, let me say that if inspiration is short-lived, you can feel inspiration now.
It's like microwave,
and something can happen and you don't feel inspired anymore. But if someone can change a way that you think, a process, guys, that goes far beyond just being inspired by someone.
Yeah, and one last point, because I want to shut it now. If you have fear, right, fear is self-inflicted. Remember, you only fear the things that you don't know. How about you tell yourself that, okay, I'm going to enter this trade, I'm not going to fear anything. Let me just see what will happen. Because more often than not, people fear the things they anticipate up front. Yeah. You're always anticipating to hit stop loss. Why don't you anticipate hitting a take profit and say, okay, let me experience this before I can start having those fears? But apart from that, guys, we don't have another trading god apart from Mark Douglas. It's Mark Douglas, it's me, Tramayne.
This guy put himself on the guys. Once you hear Jabu putting himself on the same level as Mark Douglas, that means that we should close the session. We should close now. So otherwise, guys, thanks so much for being part of the session. Otherwise, let us know your thoughts, guys. Who are you guys following? Who, let's not say who inspires you, but who has changed something about your process or something about the way you think when you approach trading? Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this conversation, because it was more of a conversation than a podcast, guys, if you enjoyed it, definitely drop a like and follow if you're not following.
And subscribe and click the notification and follow me, follow Tramayne.
Follow us all.